everyone, I just wanted to show you real quick in Cricut Design Space the file, because I have two different things which I'll show you once I've got it cut out also. This is the base of your card here for the twisted base, and you'll need this piece, which I just have it grouped together. You can ungroup. This piece I have for the front for the sentiment. These two pieces are if you want the pop-up. Now, if you don't want to do a pop-up card and you prefer to do just a thing with the sentiment, I made these three pieces. I did one in the cream, one in the same color as the square on the front, and then another in cream that you can stamp a sentiment on or write a sentiment on. And all you have to do is just ungroup these if you don't want them grouped together, if you want to change the size of the square. But you only need either this for the pop-up or this if you don't want to pop up. So whichever one you don't want to use, you can just go over here to the right, and I hit the wrong one. And like if you don't want those three, you want to do a pop-up, you just hide those and don't cut the other three. So you only need either the upper ones or the lower. But I included both in the file, so just in case you don't want to do pop-up, you could just do the twist card. But show us how you use the file, and I will share the file below under the video. Okay, so I've got all my pieces cut and ready to go. And a couple tips. The piece you're going to use for your base, you will need to print it on both sides. You do need a two-sided paper for your base card, and you'll see why in a little bit. And once again, I really love this Lolo paper because it just has such great movement to it. And the colors are fallish and festive. So the first thing we're going to do is we want to attach this to our base before we start folding it. Now I am going to go ahead and fold this piece. And then I'm going to fold my little pop-up area. And there are score marks for that. And then I'm just going to bring it and bend it back and make sure it's folded how I want it. Now the way I like to put it onto my card so that it gets on nice and straight, I went ahead and just lightly fold here. I don't want to fold all the way yet. And I'm going to lightly fold it this way just a little bit so I can see where the line is. And then I'm going to take my pop-up piece, I'm going to go ahead and fold it. And I'm going to lay this in here and get it lined up with these lines. So once I line this up with the lines where I want it, I'm going to make sure I'm going to open it up. Make sure it's going to fit. And that looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and fold this back in. And then I keep this on top of here. I have to move it back just a hair. Then I'm going to go ahead and put double-sided tape on the back of the upper half of it. And then I'm going to turn it sideways. I'm going to make sure I have it lined up again where I want it. And once I'm sure I have it where I want it, I'm going to go ahead and open it up and glue it to the top half. Now once I do that, I'm just going to fold it this direction, put double-sided adhesive on it again, and then we're just going to fold it right back over. Now once you do this, you're ready to start folding your card. We'll put the other pieces on later. First thing you're going to do is you're going to fold your card in half this way. And you want to make sure and get good creases on this because this card has movement to it. And the better your creases, the better it's going to do. And I'm going to fold it both ways because it just helps it when you go to move it. And then we're going to fold over on this score line. And I'm going to fold it back over also. And then we're going to fold this score line. And I want to fold it over also. It's just if you fold it both ways, when you go to start doing the twist fold, it just moves easier. And then you have two diagonal score lines. We're going to go ahead and fold both of those. And I'm just using my fingers for this. And I'm going to fold it the other direction too, just to help it with movement. And now comes the fun part. You have all your folds done. You're going to take this very left fold and you're going to fold the squares to the back of your card. Once you fold that to the back, then you can fold your card to the front. And then to get your twist, you're going to lift up here and you're just going to take and push these triangles. It's hard to do this with it laying down, but I want to lay it down so you can see how it goes. You just pinch this triangle in like that. And you do the same thing on the back side. Right like that, you want to fold it. And then you just fold it over. And there, you want to get your creases done again for your point. And there you have your twist card base, and then it will open up and whatever you put here will pop up. Or like I said, if you want to just do something not pop up, you could leave this piece off and just put this piece in or the other, whichever you like. But I've learned it's easier if you fold it like this first, and then once you get your inner pieces going, there we go. You just kind of fold right in like this, fold your triangle pieces back. And there you have your base card. Now for my card, I'm going to do another one with the little old ladies. And I've already stamped them. Once again, this was an art impression set. So I already stamped them. But what I did for their clothes, for their dresses, is I did paper piecing for that. And I'll show you real quick how I did that. A piece of scrap paper here. And I used black licorice from Fun Stamper's Journey for my ink. But basically all you do is you just ink up. If you can, just ink up like with her clothes area, but if you ink more, it's okay. So I'm going to get her dress. And then you would just, and I'm going to turn it over, I think you'll be able to see better on the brown. You'd stamp it on. And then what you would do is you would just fussy cut around her dress. And also I did her jacket too. So on her, she actually has two pieces. We did her dress, her jacket, and I also did the 3 purses with the paper piecing. So just color them, paper piece, whatever you like to do. They're just really cute. So let's go ahead and finish putting this together. So for the outside, I just did a piece of cream cardstock and a darker piece from the same Lola set to just offset the background. So we're going to go ahead and mat that on. Put that piece down. And then we're going to attach that to our diagonal on the top. And then for the front, I just cut a piece of 1 inch wide cream color to stamp my sentiment on, and I'm just going to place it right there. So I'm going to go ahead and put some adhesive on it. And this one I like lined up to the edge of the card, so I'm going to line it up with the edge and then just place it right in there, and we'll stamp that in a minute. Now for the inside, since I do want to do a sentiment for the inside, I cut another piece of cream color with a little notch in it. Now I did my pop-up on the offset because I just, with this particular stamp set, I liked how it looked. So we'll go ahead and adhere that. And get that piece put on. Like that right there. And then before I put my lady on, I'm going to go ahead and decide where I want to put my stamp. Now the stamp I want it for the inside. says, "Happy birthday, enjoy the ride." And I'm going to do this one a little more at an angle than the other one that I did, just because I think I'd like it that way. So we're going to go ahead and get that stamped. There we go. And then we can go ahead and attach our lady. Now you want to be careful here. I am going to use double-sided tape, but I'm only going to put it like right on this section on the back of her, because I don't want it to stick to the card when it gets closed. So we're going to go ahead and put her on. Let me lay her down. And then when you open the card, she's going to pop up there on her little skateboard, which I just think is so cute. And then on the outside, let me get her laid down there right. Then on the outside, I have a stamp that says, "At our age, we'd rather be fun than dignified." And I really like that stamp too. We're going to put it about right there. And we're going to stamp it right there. Take that one off, and that's done with our stamping. And then I'm going to grab some foam squares. And you just need to figure out about where you'd like your ladies or whatever embellishment you want. You could change this up. If you don't have this stamp set, you could do a Cricut die cut, whatever you like. So we're going to go ahead and put some foam squares on the back of them. And you can see I messed up my stamping earlier, so I just flipped it over. Now I did use alcohol markers for these, so I used Spectrum Noir paper to stamp it on. And the ink I used the Fun Stamper's Journey Black Licorice ink also. I found that it works really well with the alcohol markers. So we got our foam squares on them. Get the papers peeled off. This is always the fun part. There we go. We're going to press our card down so I can see where I want them. And I think I want them about right there. And also for their clothes, I forgot to tell you, I use this Doilies paper pad from Hampton Art. And I just really like the colors for their dresses. And it kind of matched nicely with the Lola paper set from Melody Lane. Now from here you could put embellishments here. I put jewels on my first one. Let's go ahead and grab those and we'll put one on this one too. Okay. We're going to put our little flower down here. And our jewels, if I can get them untwisted. There we go. And then I'm going to take the couple that I took off of there and put them right on this side just to give it a little bling over there. So there you have your twisted flip and design space. Now my inspiration for this was Holly Young on YouTube, and I'll put a link down below to hers. She made this card not with a Cricut, but just by scoring and cutting and folding. And also I added the pop-up element that was not part of anyone I saw on YouTube. I just really like the pop-up look to it. So play around with this file. I'll share my file below. And Melody Lane's paper, I'll put a link to it also. And just try it. Put different embellishments on the front, different sentiments, and show us what you make. You can join us over on Melody Lane Designs Digital Paper on Facebook, or you can join me at George's Crafty Creations. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like below if you did. And until next time, bye everyone.